How's it going, guys? Tom here, and we're back for episode number 17 now of Showdown Slam. And we're still kicking things off with Jamie Boyt's team here. As you can see here, we are using his team from Worlds with slightly updated EV spreads from his team building video. I actually need to go back and watch probably part 2 of his video, which I'll also link in the description. I think it contains some more information about his games and perhaps how he led. Because what we have been doing lately is losing more games than we've been winning with this team. So a bit of a shame there, and I think partly the reason to that is because of how I'm leading. So we're going to get straight into this first game here, and it's another Groudon Xerneas team. We've faced quite a few of those with this team lately, with Smeargle, Kangaskhan, Cresselia and Venusaur. Venusaur obviously having that chlorophyll option. So I'm not sure how I want to lead here. Just something I need to sort of think through. I've in my spare time I've been playing with another team I want to try out. Start bringing to competitive events and getting some practice with that. So I might just need to feel my way through this game first. I think what I want to do though is start off with Whimsicott and potentially get a Tailwind off. And maybe I want to lead with who else do I want to lead with? I think Gyarados. Let's try and get some Thunder Waves if we can. We'll also have Xerneas and Rayquaza in the back. So we have a Smeargle and a Xerneas here, lead here. Quite typical really. So we'll safeguard here before we do anything else. And we will... we can potentially roar the Xerneas here. I'm quite tempted to do that actually, so let's try and go for that. So Smeargle has Crafty Shield, we safeguard, Xerneas Geomancies, and does the roar affect it? It is Crafty Shield. Okay, so roar doesn't affect Xerneas through the Crafty Shield, which is a shame. The Smeargle, I guess, kind of seeing through us there somewhat. So we'll go for a Tailwind, and we'll go for an Icy Wind here as well. Smeargle will just keep Crafty Shielding here. Gyarados does survive the Dazzling Gleam as well, which is nice. And I wonder if that means we'll outspeed this turn as well. Smeargle doesn't really have any options but to Crafty Shield here. We could Encore it into that. I feel we're getting ourselves into a decent position to bring our own Xerneas in here. So we'll go for some damage onto the Smeargle, assuming we do outspeed, and we'll go for another Icy Wind here and really slow down that Xerneas. So Moonblast actually misses. The Smeargle does have Evasion, which I missed there, which is quite annoying. And the Smeargle has just transformed as well. Okay, great. Good start, guys. So yeah, we're not doing too well again. What I wanted to do is really try and start getting my my Xerneas into a position where it can win games now. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be able to do that really. We will Mega Evolve and we will Extreme Speed the Smeargle Xerneas. Not sure what else we can do here really besides go for our own Geomancy. Rayquaza should be able to live a Dazzling Gleam. Never mind, we just get crit. Double crit even. So yeah, okay, that's a really good start for us guys there, just really not doing well against the Smeargle Xerneas lead. So I have been kind of watching back my previous videos and realising that perhaps I'm not getting my team into as good a position to sweep with Xerneas, and I think that's really what this team needs to do, is just get Xerneas into a sweeping position. So my opponent here for game 2 is using a Xerneas Kyogre team this time. Supported by Kangaskhan, Landorus, Gyarados and Thundurus as well. So, okay, new lead, new game, new team, what can we do here? Let me think about this. I feel like Gyarados did do quite well in the previous game. I think we can lead with that again. And I think Scrafty will be a good option here. What we could do is Fake Out. Arcanine I don't think will be much use here. The Whimsicott would be nice potentially for Tailwind, but I feel if we've got speed control in the form of Gyarados and Rayquaza in the back, then we probably don't need it as much. So it's Kyogre Xerneas here. So we can fake out one, but not the other. And the double intimidate unfortunately doesn't mean anything for us there. So let's go for a... Well, my opponent might just want to double protect here, which is fair enough. What I will do in that case then is... Yeah, they could double protect. What I'll do is I'll Icy Wind, just in case they don't. And I'm actually going to switch in Scrafty for my Xerneas. And that way... Yeah, let's try that out in case my opponent does double protect here. So Xerneas protects, Kyogre protects, perfect. Okay, great. So what we can do here is go for an Icy Wind and a Geomancy here I want to do. So Geomancy actually goes first here, which is nice. We know we outspeed. Xerneas also goes for a Geomancy. Icy Wind comes through. Kyogre obviously resists that. And Xerneas gets a speed drop. So actually Kyogre is now +2 speed as well. Very interesting there. What we can do is try Thunder Wave into Xerneas. Yeah, it's Thunder Wave to Xerneas. And we can protect our own Xerneas, I'm quite tempted to do. Yeah, let's protect our own Xerneas. Yeah, so Kyogre protects, our own Xerneas protects as well. So everything's just protecting at the moment, apart from Gyarados. Gyarados just doesn't care. And we'll go for a Thunder Wave into the Xerneas again. And we'll go for a... Actually, we'll go for a Thunder Wave into the Kyogre. Actually, no, we'll go for a Waterfall into the Xerneas. And we will go for a Moonblast into the Xerneas also. Let's see what happens here. I am expecting Gyarados to go down this turn, although actually Kyogre can really thunder the Gyarados and that will do big damage of course, but a combination of a Xerneas Dazzling Gleam and a Kyogre Water type attack I don't think should take out Gyarados after eating a Citrus Berry. So that's quite interesting as well. So Moonblast comes through, doesn't do enough to the Xerneas, does reduce the special attack though, and Kyogre does have Thunder, which crits, but that clearly wouldn't have mattered really. So let's send in Rayquaza here. We can Mega Evolve, get rid of the weather, and we can Icy Wind here as well, and I expect the Xerneas might want to protect here, so we'll Moonblast into the Kyogre. So no protect from the Xerneas actually, and Water Spout does do a good chunk, and Dazzling Gleam does an even bigger chunk. So maybe the wrong play there as well. Yeah, it's quite hard when your opponent has a Psycup Kyogre. Very interesting there. Yeah, we just don't seem to be getting the leads really that help us out, which is a big shame. I'm not sure what I can be doing differently really, to be honest. I guess I just need to make sure I watch the videos and do that. You know, what can we do when my opponent double protects? Maybe lead in Scrafty Xerneas. We'll try lead in Scrafty Xerneas in the next game, you know, see what happens. We'll just go for a low kick onto the Kyogre. There's not really much we can do here. This game is pretty much lost at this point. We're probably in all likeliness going to get 4-0'd here, which will be quite a low point for this channel, as yeah, the Water Spout does enough to KO everything, and the Dazzling Gleam will come out there and KO the Scrafty. So another unfortunate loss for us here. We're really starting to struggle with this team. We got off to a decent start last week, I feel, but this week we're just, you know, these past few days that these videos have gone up, we're just really struggling with the team, and I'm not sure what it is in all honesty. But our last match for today is going to be a Kyurem Black team with paired with Primal Groudon, with Crobat, Salamence, Gengar and Bronzong for that Trick Room option. What I'm going to do here is lead Arcanine, because actually no, I won't lead Arcanine. I'll lead Scrafty Xerneas, although that Crobat will cause issues if that is led. Actually no, we'll lead Arcanine because I'm expecting maybe a Bronzong to come in here. So we'll lead Arcanine, and I'll tell you what, we'll lead Scrafty as well, and if it is Crobat we can potentially bait a quick guard there. Xerneas in the back does quite nice against, well actually Xerneas doesn't do a whole lot against this team, but then again our team doesn't do a whole lot against them. Xerneas, no, I don't want to bring Xerneas here this time. It only does good against 2 Pokemon really. So I'm almost tempted not to bring Xerneas, and I feel like Gyarados might be a more viable option. Actually Whimsicott is quite nice as well. We could do Whimsicott Arcanine here, potentially. But we'll lead Arcanine in case they lead Bronzong. Scrafty as well I think is quite good. Rayquaza is obviously very good. I'm pretty sure Rayquaza has Waterfall, I just want to double check that now. It does have Waterfall, so that Groudon hopefully shouldn't be too much of a problem if we manage to retain weather control. And we'll have Gyarados as well, why not? See what happens. So it's the Salamence Crobat, so indicating a fast lead here. And what we can do here is go for a... So Crobat in all honesty is probably going to want to go for a quick guard here, and Salamence to go for a Hyper Voice, which is fair enough. What we'll do is we'll knock off the Crobat just for some damage. And I guess we can also Helping Hand that. I don't think that will do too much though. That won't give us too much in the way of positioning. Scrafty isn't doing too much really, so what we can do is potentially fake out the Salamence anyway, and we can go for a Flare Blitz onto the Crobat here. So Crobat does quick guard, okay, fine. So yeah, there's a free Hyper Voice there from the Salamence, and Flare Blitz doesn't really do enough to the Crobat there. And again, we've just kind of made a really bad turn 1 lead here because of that Salamence. Could switch into Rayquaza here, which I will do. This Crobat probably wants to go for a Tailwind here. And what we can do is go for a... Let's switch in the... We could pull a double switch here as well. In fact, we'll go for an Extreme Speed onto the Crobat, and we'll just take it out. We could go for it onto the Salamence as well. Actually, Extreme Speed doesn't even take out the Crobat there, which is really disappointing. And it's another Hyper Voice from the Salamence there. So let's switch Scrafty back in. And we'll go for Icy Wind. That should take out the Crobat. The Crobat will want to quick guard here. And we'll go for a switch into the Gyarados this time. So maybe we shouldn't have Mega Evolved there either, because the Groudon will get its weather up now. Draco Meteor is taken by the Gyarados, by the Rayquaza, sorry. This Rayquaza won't be able to protect from anything though, so that's one thing to bear in mind. The Salamence might feel free to go for a switch here as well. We'll send in the Scrafty for the Rayquaza, and we can at least try to Icy Wind here. Yeah, let's go for an Icy Wind. We can at least slow down that Groudon as well. So Scrafty comes out, reduces the Groudon's attack. It is special as well, so that's a shame. And what we'll do here is we'll go for a... We go for a Dragon Ascent into the Kyurem. I don't know how fast Kyurem Black is, but it might still outspeed this Rayquaza. And we'll go for a Waterfall into the Groudon. And hopefully that should see the end of Tailwind as well. So Groudon actually just switches out anyway. Dragon Ascent isn't enough to KO the Kyurem there. Fusion Bolt into the Gyarados actually doesn't take it out with the Air Current, which is nice. But again, Salamence is quite free here to just go for a Hyper Voice. We'll go for an Extreme Speed into the Kyurem, and we'll go for a Thunder Wave. I don't know. We're just not doing very well with this team at all. So yeah, and even then Extreme Speed doesn't even take out the Kyurem. So there's something I'm just really not getting with this team at the moment, and I honestly don't know what it is. We're just not playing, either we're not playing well, or we're not identifying win conditions, or we're just leading so poorly that it puts us into bad positions. So we'll try again tomorrow and see if we can make any more wins, and at least try and end the week in a good position. So yeah, that's going to be all for today. Sorry I'm not getting any wins at the moment with this team. Perhaps it is the team, or not me. Well, it's definitely not the team, because you know, Jamie Boyd did really well in Worlds with it. So it is me just not getting a team. So I think I'll need to watch some more videos about how he played with it first before I carry on making any more of these videos, because I think my play is letting this team down and letting me down as well, and that's definitely not what I want. But yeah, if you've watched all this way through, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll bring some wins our way soon, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video. Bye bye.